But in Rock Hill, springtime means come see me. Festival time, and it is now in its 6th decade. So this beloved 10-day celebration gathers, it really draws more than 100,000 people annually, believe it or not, from all over the country and the world. Joining us this morning here in the Live Impact studio, taking that drive up from Rock Hill, is the festival chair, Nate Mallard. Thanks for joining us here this morning.
Hi, thanks for having me, Jane.
How was traffic?
Not bad at all for a Monday morning after spring break.
Right, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming in because this is such a great event. So for people who have not heard of Come See Me, tell us what it's about.
So Come See Me is a 10-day long festival of spring. It's a celebration of the weather turning right, all the azaleas blooming, even though they kind of popped out a little early this year, which is unfortunate. Last year it lined up perfectly. The festival was a little bit earlier. Much like Easter, the Come See Me festival shifts every year. It doesn't have an exact date. It's not always the second week. So we're always trying to land it somewhere in between all the spring breaks and Easter, so it moves around. But luckily it looks like, not luckily, we need the rain, but it looks like we're at least going to maybe have a nice dry festival this year. It's a lot of outdoor events over the 10 days, so that's a good thing in the forecast for us.
You know, it's been going on since 1962.
Yeah.
What do you suppose makes this festival keep on going and has had all the success it has for so many years?
Yeah, I think that the big at the heart of Come See Me, it's about the people of Rock Hill that just love putting this event on for the other people of Rock Hill and their friends and family, and bringing everyone to show off the town. That's really what it's about. It started as just a one-day thing back then. It was at Glencairn Gardens, is kind of what we call the birthplace of Come See Me, between Vernon Grant, who was an illustrator that made the Glenn the Frog illustration that I have all over me now. So.
All of this. We need to talk about that too. But
So, I was like, I'm going to wear this. It won't
Absolutely.
be too crazy, right? So,
No.
But it's just the people that keep coming back every year and planning the events. We have one severely underpaid part-time festival administrator, and then everyone else is a volunteer.
Wow.
So it's about 100 volunteers between the board and all the team leaders that plan the events, and they just do a wonderful job. And that's just kind of like that's like the planning group, right? So then when you add in all the volunteers at the actual event, it's about another 300 volunteers throughout the course of the festival. So
Amazing.
It's those people that come out and love to be a part of it that make a tradition. Nowadays we talk about this as you said 6th decade, which is crazy. So look at the different generations of Come See Me and the people like me that are team leaders and festival chairs, and we have friends that have been volunteers for years and years, and that's what keeps it going. Everyone likes to come and help out at an event to make sure they have an event to go to the next year. So.
It's received so much recognition in years past. 2019 South Carolina Event of the Year. What does it mean to have this recognition on a state level, our region, and even folks, like I said, from around the country and around the world come see this?
I think it's great, and I think that's a testament to just what we try to do and how we plan everything. And it's a big thank you to all of the local businesses that step up and sponsor this, because we keep the festival very low cost. Almost everything is no cost. We sell souvenirs and we sell beer at some events. There's a small $5 entry for the two big final nights on Friday and Saturday of the festival for only those over 21. So we try to keep it as accessible as possible. It wouldn't be possible without those sponsors coming up and taking care of everything. And that just the way that we protected the festival and we've kept it kind of true to its roots as like a community thing, I think is what's made it last so long and be recognized as such a neat event. It's not just a vendor fair with the same old things you see all the time. It's a lot different than a lot of these kind of spring festivals you see on Saturdays around the places. So.
Yeah, let's talk about what makes it different too, is the mascot. Glenn the Frog.
Glenn the Frog.
All right. Carlene loves Kermit the Frog.
I'm a big Muppets girl, so like, you know.
Got your green on today.
I do.
It's perfect.
I do.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't really love frogs in real life, but I love Kermit.
You love Kermit. So tell us about Glenn.
Yeah.
What is his significance? And
Yeah.
talk about him.
Vernon Grant, who you may not be familiar, but you're probably familiar with his work. He is the illustrator that drew the Snap, Crackle, and Pop gnomes on the Kellogg's box. He also did a bunch of cartoon, and I mean, back in the day when magazines were filled with like custom illustrations, every episode covers. He did like New York Post stuff and covers for those magazines. And he made Glenn the Frog out of a frog. He loved frogs, and in the Glencairn Gardens, he made this mascot, and he actually moved to Rock Hill. He married a girl that was just out from Rock Hill, and he kind of retired and moved down there in the late 50s and got heavily involved in the Chamber of Commerce and kind of saw this as like, hey, I have all these friends from New York, Fifth Avenue, and I can bring them down here, and they're blown away with how nice it is and this beautiful park and everything the city has. So why don't we showcase this and tie it into the businesses? So him and the mayor at the time, Mickey Albright, this was their brainchild of how do we get all of our friends to come see how much cool stuff we have going on in Rock Hill.
So many cool things, yeah. And the garden is really kind of the center of it all, too.
Yes, yeah. So the garden was actually a private garden. Was owned by the Bigger family, and their house was on it, and he was from, I don't know if his or his family, he was from Glencairn over in Scotland. I want to make sure that's right. But anyway, he spent his life building this garden with the azaleas, and it was years and years old, and the city ended up signing like a life estate with his wife after he passed away, saying, when we'd love to purchase this, you live here as long as possible. And she ended up passing away like the next year. So the city took it over sooner than they thought, and then they've expanded it over the years. But that is the heart. We have events there twice a day during the week, Monday through Thursday. There's music in the afternoons and at dinner time. Our big kids event Sundays with Mother Goose happens there. We're having a new event this year that's actually kind of a senior-focused event. It's called Coffee and Conversations with Glenn. So it's a morning event with, easy access. Come and have a cup of coffee, connect with your friends in the park, and enjoy a nice morning in the garden. So.
All right, coffee and conversation. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, we're looking at Healthy Kids Zone. What other events and exhibitions or exhibits that can visitors look forward to?
Yeah, so the parade starts on Thursday. That's the big kickoff. Friday after that, we have the Beach Bash, which is one of our signature events. It's a shag-focused thing that happens downtown on the backside of Rock Hill City Hall at the amphitheater. The band is coming up from Myrtle Beach area, Gary Lauder and Smoking Hot. They're awesome, trumpet, trombone, jazz band or shag band. So they're wonderful. And then Sunday is at Mother Goose Sundays with Mother Goose and Glenn happen at Glencairn Park. Throughout the week we have the entertainment, and then the following weekend we have Moonlight Jazz on Friday night that happens at Winthrop Lake, which is at the back of the Winthrop Coliseum, and then we have the fireworks and tailgate on Saturday night. So those are all the big ones. One not to miss, though, my favorite event, on Friday night we have, Saturday there's a judged South Carolina barbecue commission, fully sanctioned barbecue competition that happens, and they're judged on Saturday, but they're there on Friday because they cook overnight. So Friday night they do what's called Anything But Butts, and it's a competition that basically they have to cook something that doesn't have pork in it. So they do like chicken wings or like special tacos, or so they make like a little and it's like a little, you buy tickets for like $2 a piece, and you can go get, you put your ticket in and you can get one of those. So they're like smaller sizes, but you can make a meal of it for a good price. But it's amazing what they pull out of there. There's been some awesome things come out of that event.
All right, so that is this Saturday?
Nope, that's the second weekend. That's the 24th and the 25th. Yeah, so it's 2 weekends. 1 week long. I know it's a lot to keep up with. Go to comeseme.org for the full calendar of everything that's going on.
There's a frog jump.
There is a frog jump.
That sounds so cute.
Frog jump. Yeah, the frog jump is super fun, and it's
Real frogs.
real
Oh, my.
frogs. And
Real frogs.
Real frogs.
I'll tell you, I know, I can't believe we've gotten away with it for this long. It's like every year I'm like, when is someone going to be like, you can't do this to the frogs anymore? But we actually have a frog man in Texas that supplies us the frogs, and it's always up to them because we're early in the frog season, I guess.
So it's not bring your own frog.
You can bring your own frog.
You can bring
and
your own frog.
Oh, I was going to say, are these
it
frogs
is
trained?
BYOF, and we like
BYOF.
you can definitely bring your own frog, and the frogs that normally win are frogs that are caught locally
Here?
and brought.
They
Oh,
know their way around
Carolina.
town.
Yes, they know
Yeah.
what's
They got a
up.
leg up.
Yeah, so if you go, and this year the frog jump is at Winthrop Lake too during what's called Hops in the Park, which is a big music during the day, Gourmet Gardens on Saturday, that first Saturday. This is like a food truck event, so there's a ton of stuff. A road race that Saturday is humongous at Winthrop Lake. And so go down to Winthrop Lake, catch you a nice big bullfrog, and that's what they say wins. So
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, for 10 days, though, right? How does a first-time visitor decide? What do you recommend and how they should go about their Come See Me Festival strategy?
yeah, so I would say if you're coming in for one weekend, I would honestly suggest coming for the first weekend and do Beach Bash in the Saturday afterwards.
Okay.
Because we have Hops in the Park and Gourmet Gardens that happen at Winthrop Lake. So Gourmet Gardens years ago was put on by different kind of community groups, churches, and like the Elks Club and different, Kiwanis and things like that would sell food items. And as the world has changed and food selling health department things have come into play, we've had to shift from that. And so now it's kind of like a food truck event. But there's also Hops in the Park, which used to be a beer tasting, but as the world has shifted from we can get every style of beer from everywhere in the world at every gas station now, that's not quite as exclusive. So now we just have music and beer trucks and food trucks, and it's a great day. And when the weather's nice, it's a beautiful time. The road races in the morning. You have Healthy Kids Zone down the road at the Riverwalk Velodrome on that Saturday as well. And if you're a runner, the 5K and 10K happen at 8 in the morning that day. So you can run, stay there, get a beer afterwards, and hang out all day if you want.
That's great.
yeah.
What do you think, though, if people leave Come See Me? What is their takeaway? What do you want people to take away from this festival and the Rock Hill community?
I just want them to feel like they were very welcomed and had a wonderful time and felt like, wow, this was so great. All the people here were nice, and I had such an effortless time coming in and just enjoying what Rock Hill has to offer and seeing the garden, seeing Winthrop Lake, which looks wonderful this time of year too. It's just so much fun to hang out there outside with our friends and really just reconnect. The Friday night, the 24th, Moonlight Jazz is later in the evening, and it's so much fun. There's always kind of low-key groups of people. The Saturday tailgate party starts at 3 o'clock. It starts earlier. People bring their grills. You'll see different people set up. The people setting up cornhole, and we do have a cornhole competition that first Saturday as well. So I keep looking at my cheat sheet here, and it's just so much to cover. But there's all kinds of stuff happening. There's not, anything you want to do, we probably can get you covered.
That sounds fantastic. Okay, so $5 to get in. What do people need to know if they want to get more information about schedule and tickets?
Sure. So go to comeseeme.org for all the event information. The only events that cost for entry are the Friday night Moonlight Jazz is $5 entry for anyone over 21. It is a BYOB event, no glass, so you can bring a cooler, pack what you want, pack some food. That is the barbecue thing I was talking about earlier happens on that Friday night. If you want to come Saturday to the tailgate, again, $5 if you're over 21 for entry. And BYOB, they do actually sell the barbecue that was judged in the competition on Saturday. So they have like barbecue sandwiches and stuff for sale, which is always they sell out quick. So if you want some of that, get there early. And it is $5 per car. So drive-in style, if you want to load a car up, it's $5 per car to park both nights at those events. So.
Oh my gosh! All right, can't beat that, folks. $5 to park. all the frog action.
Yeah,
Glen
and then
Gardens.
everything else is no entry fee. So I mean,
Great. Yeah.
And the Sundays at Mother Goose and Glen, the ice cream I think is $2 or $3 for a Wits ice cream sundae. So great deal there too. So
April 16th, everybody. So
This
put
Thursday.
it this Thursday. It starts. It's going to be. It sounds like a blast. The weather's going to be cooperating at least
Yes.
for the next 10 days, is what Chris tells us. So get out there, visit our friends there in Rock Hill for the Come See Me Festival. Thanks for come seeing us.
Thank
Nate,
you.
appreciate you. All right, and a better drive to Rock Hill.
yeah, it'll be easier going the other way.
Yeah, it should be going the other way against traffic. All right, we'll be right back on Live Impact News.